Game on, everybody! I'm Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest for Hallow-Vania. So, in the last video, I had to grind for the Morning Star, and now I have it. I have the Morning Star now. So you know what that means, guys. We can use the red crystal and go to the side of the wall, and then we can do the rest of this stuff. I basically can't remember what to do next, but I kind of know what I need to do. Somewhat, for the most part. I have a slight hint on what I need to do. I got a slight idea, bub. Oh yeah, one hit. That feels good. Oh yeah. That felt really good hitting him once. I was so sick of having to hit them twice. And whoa, and whoa, and whoa. Now, let's activate the crystal. Crystal clear. Now guide me. Let's go. Okay, so here's the next dungeon, where we will face Carmilla and get Dracula's fingernail. Fuck off, guards, I don't got time for you. Alright, come here. Yeah. Alright, so guys, it is almost Halloween now. By the time I'm recording this, it'll probably be... At the time I was recording this, it's getting very close to Halloween, like 10 days from now. When I noticed that in one of my previous recording sessions, I mentioned the thing about the Fortnite servers shutting down. Yeah, I know they reopened for Chapter 2. That happened actually right after. That happened right after I recorded that Castlevania episode. So right after I recorded it, the next day, that whole, the whole Fortnite server shutting down thing, yeah, that suddenly became retconned right after I talked about it, right the next day after I recorded it. Oh yeah, let's get some experience points. Oh yeah. Yeah, baby. I am Dracula. Come here, skeleton bones. You guys got a bone to pick with me? They're trying to bone me. Ha! I've been very busy lately, guys. A lot of work and school stuff has been going on, and it has been making me super busy. Like, I didn't have enough time to record for you guys. I'm so sorry about that. But now, let's finish what we started a long time ago. I always come back to any game and finish what I started. Crash Bandicoot is the one exception because I don't like Crash. And you might be thinking, oh, you're fake. You pretend you hate it just so that way you can get views. No, I legitimately hate Crash. Because of my bad memories. I have bad memories because of Crash. As a kid, for me, when it came to video games, I had the Genesis Sonic games on a collection for the PS2. And and the worst Crash Bandicoot game in the entire series, Wrath of Cortex. So for me as a kid, most kids I know have grown up with either a good Mario game or a bad Sonic game. Me, I grew up with the good Sonic games and the bad Crash Bandicoot game. Does anybody else get that feeling? Like, did they grow up with like a good Sonic game and a bad Crash Bandicoot game? Or is it just me? Or did any of you grow up with like a good Crash Bandicoot game and a bad Mario game? Or a bad Spyro game? the cycle continues, you know? Alright, let's use that oak stake. I'm so glad that I got it just immediately. You now possess Dracula's nail. What kind of nail is that? I hope it's a fingernail. Because if it's a toenail... Ew! Ew! Just ew! Ew! Guys, let's talk about Castlevania music. For Castlevania music... Oh wait, I already had this conversation before. But you know what? I'll have it again. What is your favorite Castlevania song? Me, it's gotta be the Symphony of the Night, Bloody Tears, and Aquarius from Castlevania 3, along with the Castlevania 3 version of Vampire Killer, also known as Deja Vu for Castlevania 3. I kind of wish that Lords of Shadow had Castlevania music. It's kind of a shame that it didn't. Or maybe it does, and I just didn't get very far in the game. So that's kind of why I didn't hear anything. I didn't get anything. So maybe like somewhere near the end of the game it plays like Vampire Killer or something like that. Or maybe it doesn't play Vampire Killer at all. Maybe it plays Bloody Tears. But I don't know, because halfway through the game of Lords of Shadow, I came across a glitch that pretty much permanently locked me in an eternal spot for all eternity in the game. I came across a glitch where I was unable to progress because one lever wasn't allowed to let me pull it. I wasn't allowed to pull a certain lever. It was like in Carmilla's castle, I think. Because I know that the game takes place before Dracula. And I know that in the second game you play as Dracula. Hopefully the glitch is fixed by the time I eventually get to Lords of Shadow for a Let's Play. I was not feeling this asthmatic beforehand, before I was about to record. Every time I'm about to record, I always get a bit of an asthmatic feel to my system. My lungs just start to go, nope, we're not gonna let you breathe. We're not letting you breathe. Yes, guys, I do have asthma. How did I die? How did I die to that? Why did I die? You can suck on my whip, do-do-do. You can suck my balls, suck my big balls. You can suck on my big long shaft, do-do-do-do-do. Dracula, you can suck my ass. I'm gonna bring you back to life. When I do, I'm gonna kill you too. You will die again by the might of my big whip. Turn it down, turn it down, turn it down, turn it down. Gotta be hard, ribs and hard. What is this part? It's your anus. Hello, fireman. What a horrible night to have a curse. Come here, skeleton. There you are. So guys, I was thinking, when I was about to record this game, I suddenly got in the mood for some more Sonic 06. Surprisingly, because you know, I said that I kind of like it in some way. I mean, it's bad, yeah, but it's also like for Sonic's part, it's kind of fun. And from what I remember, and I was kind of thinking that I could start Shadow's part sometime soon. Maybe after Halloween. How about that, guys? I'll search Sonic 06 again, and I'll do some Pokemon Sword and Shield. Well, I decided to go with... I was originally going to go for Sword, because of the legendary Pokemon and all that. But then when I found out the console exclusive Pokemon were, I went with Shield because they have a Tyranitar. I want a Tyranitar. I don't care if it's a good or a bad Pokemon, but it reminds me of Godzilla. And I love Godzilla. Am I going the wrong way? I think I am. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy! So you guys hear about Castlevania 3, Season 3 for Castlevania, for the Netflix series? What do you think Season 3 is going to be about? From what I've gathered, I saw a timeline. I was watching a timeline video for the Castlevania games, and I didn't know this, but I didn't know that Curse of Darkness takes place after Castlevania 3, but before Castlevania 1. So, you guys think it's gonna go to Curse of Darkness next, or is it going to go to Castlevania 1 next? I mean, to be honest, I really want to see the Grim Reaper, and I want to see Simon Belmont for a future season for Castlevania 3. Okay, come on, go away, go away, go away! To break my spell, come back with a powerful weapon. Come on, I gotta get through this level and beat the end of game. Lately, guys, when it came to work, I have been given so much limited time for, like, spare time off, because, you know, I basically work a job, this channel, and, I go to college. I'm basically a busy guy. A very busy guy. Honestly, when I hope I can get done with college as soon as possible. I hope like the next 3 years pass by as fast as possible. So that way I can get through college, and then you guys can see more videos getting uploaded every single day. That's kind of what I want to do after I'm done with college. But, you know, I can't because, you know, college, work, you know. You guys know. You guys know. I don't need to explain it twice. Should have brought my inhaler with me. Oh, wait a minute. I have it. You guys want to hear me take my inhaler? Here we go. Didn't that sound great? Now I can breathe once more. All right. Okay. Time to use the laurels. Gotta go around. Gotta make it to the other side. Do. Dracula, you're mine. You're gonna die tonight. When you're dead, I will kill you. Boo-doo. Okay, so is this the final one? I think it is! I think for this last one, you get like, you get the ring, And I think another thing that you gotta get is when you kill Carmilla, you get the Holy Cross. It's kind of funny how in the Castlevania prequel games, Carmilla was originally a vampire, but by the time this is actually the first game where you see her. This is the first game where you meet her. And it's kind of ironic because in the prequel games, which were made after this one, obviously, because this was the second game in the series. But anyway, in this game, she's not a vampire in this one. You'll see when I meet her. I kind of like how this mansion is all red and blue. Looks very nice. It's nice and colorful. It's not as bleak as the other ones. I get it though. Castlevania is supposed to scare you with its gothic architecture. But to be honest, like, it's not very colorful for an NES standard. It's just bleh. But this is one of the few mansions that is super colorful. I love it. Pretty colors. Okay, and drop it. Come on. There you go. You like taking a shower with Jesus's sweat, tears, and piss? It's all of his bodily fluids. It's all that's what holy water is. It's actually all of his bodily fluids. Not just pee, but also saliva, his snot, and sweat. Well, now you know, guys. It may seem gross, but in reality, it'll heal you. Okay, come here, Bonnie. Alright. Invest in an oak stake? Yes. I like how you drop straight down when you go off the edge. Straight down, you don't like fall off like the other, like the skelebones. Oh yeah. Yeah. Wait, guys. This is Simon Belmont on a sugar rush. No. So what other are there any other Castlevania games where you play as Simon Belmont that were made after Symphony of the Night? I know that in Mirror of Fate you play as I know that in Mirror of Fate you play as a in Mirror of Fate you play as him. Sorry, I had a brain fart for a second there. But what other Castlevania games do you play as Simon Belmont? I think you play as him in Judgment, but that's not like a mainline Castlevania game. That's like a spin-off. It's like a fighting game. They tried to turn Castlevania into like a fighting game. I know Lords of Shadows is like a hack and slash beat 'em up. I beg of you to take these laurels. Oh yes! Thank you! I needed those so badly. Whoa, no! Okay, no! Oh, that scared me. So you guys ready to meet Carmilla? So yeah, in the Castlevania prequels, she is a vampire, but in this game she's a mask. Did Dracula turn her into a mask after like her betrayal? Alright, so this is gonna be one of the longest and probably the most boring fights out of all of them. I hope you guys are ready. Oh, that was not a hard fight, but that was a long fight, and it wasn't fun. Aren't games supposed to be fun? I'm sorry, I'm starting to sound like the nerd.
Jeez, what were they thinking? This game is diarrhea vomiting out of my penis. This game is just as appealing as a fucking ooze-infested sewer rat. I have more fun playing with Dracula's asshole. Dracula's got a tiny dick.
Alright, see you, Camarilla. Alright, guys, so now we have the Holy Cross, the Flame Whip, I think. Yeah, we do. We have the ribs. We have the heart, the eyes, the nail, the ring, and the crystal. So now, all that's left, guys, all that's left is that we need to go to the right. We need to go right. We need to exit this mansion and go right. And then we will fight Dracula for the final time. For Simon Belmont, at least. As far as I'm aware. I know Mirror of Fate doesn't count as like a sequel. That one's more like a reboot. The Lords of Shadow games are like a reboot series. Isn't Lament of Innocence also a reboot? I know that's supposed to be like the earliest point in the Castlevania series. Like, Castlevania, when it comes to timeline, that Castlevania and The Legend of Zelda both have timelines that are very, like very messed up. I mean, Castlevania is more linear. Zelda has, like, multiple, timelines. Everybody always states that Castlevania 3 and Ocarina of Time are basically the earliest points in the series. But then they made Lament of Innocence, and then Skyward Sword, and then those became the earliest points. But those are like the earliest points that don't have any involvement with Dracula. Or with Ganon. They're just like the earliest points like in the entire Hyrule history. And Wallachia history. Because doesn't Castlevania take place in Wallachia? I think Wallachia and Transylvania are basically located in like Romania or something like that. I think that's what they did for the original Dracula movie. The movie took place in like Romania or something like that. I know they clearly outright say it in the 1992 Capilla movie. I've only seen 2 Dracula movies. I haven't seen all of them, but the 2 I know the best are the 1992 one, the 1992 one with Keanu Reeves, and the Universal one with Bela Lugosi. You know, if you're a kid that watches horror movies, the Bela Lugosi one is more kid-friendly by today's standards. If you watch Bela Lugosi's version, there's blood and tits all over the place. That's kind of like a given for any horror movie nowadays. Like, sex and nudity equals death. That's kind of like a basic thing with horror movies nowadays. Like in every slasher movie, Like, all the time, the virgin always lives. And here's one stereotype that I actually hate about horror movies. One stereotype that I kind of hate is that people always believe that the black guy always dies first. Not true, actually. Black guy doesn't actually always die first. I've seen quite a number of slasher movies, and black guy doesn't die first. I paid attention to the body count. It's actually always the least intelligent person who dies first. It's always the idiot who dies first. It's not. It's or the most sluttiest. It's either the sluttiest or the stupidest of survivors in slasher movies. I mean, on Friday the 13th, it's always the sluttiest. Halloween, it's sluts. Nightmare on Elm Street, it's the dumbest. And I don't know for like some of the other ones. I know Chucky, Child's Play, the body count was actually rather low. I think it was actually the dumbest person who died first in Child's Play. But as far as I'm aware, it's always been the dumbest or the sluttiest. It was never the black guy who died first. In fact, the black guy actually lasts the longest out of all the characters who does die. I'm serious, guys. The black guy doesn't die first. He actually lasts the longest before dying. Like, he inevitably does die in most movies, but he lasts the longest, actually. Alright, fuck you, Gilman. So guys, what is your favorite movie of the Golden Age, Silver Age, and Bronze Age of horror movies? My favorite Golden Age one is the Bela Lugosi Dracula. But that's probably because I haven't seen Frankenstein yet. I have a movie collection of classical horror monsters. I've only seen Dracula, but it also comes with Frankenstein, Wolfman, Invisible Man, Bride of Frankenstein, and The Mummy. I haven't seen any of them yet, but I have seen Dracula, and I can say that one's my favorite by far. Silver Age monsters, it's obvious, Godzilla. No question. Without a doubt, it's Godzilla. I love Godzilla. I'm a huge Godzilla fan. My favorite Bronze Age horror movie would have to be my favorite Bronze Age one. I've seen quite a number of the Bronze Age horror movies. I've seen It, Friday the 13th, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Child's Play, and Scream. So my favorite out of all of them would have to be Friday the 13th. I just find Jason to be more cool. Freddy is kind of funny, and so is Chucky. I mean, what's so scary about a toy? I mean, I guess Toy Stories in a way is like. Did you guys remember those fan theories about like how Toy Story and Child's Play take place in the same universe? If that's the case, then then Woody and Buzz should have been killed off before they murdered Andy. That could have actually been a cool Toy Story movie, like a non-canon Toy Story movie, where Woody and Buzz like go full psychopath and try to murder Andy. That could have been a really good idea. I mean, they technically kind of did it with Sid, but they didn't really kill him. They just more or less scared him. They should have killed him. That could have been really good. Honestly, the biggest problem with Disney is that they lack the balls that Warner Brothers and Universal have. They lack balls. Like, Warner Brothers is super ballsy when it comes to horror movies. Universal, they're ballsy as well. But Disney, they're like,
No, we're trying to support Christians even though we worship the devil. We're trying to be more Christian even though we worship the devil. That's kind of Disney's whole deal. I actually want to see Disney like cut the bullshit behind that happy smiling face, those happy deceptive smiles they got, and just outright make a horror movie that's outright disturbing. Heck, make one that's based off of the abandoned amusement parks. That's an idea. Make it happen. Somebody make a horror movie based on the Abandoned by Disney creepypasta. Do it. Somebody do it. Alright, so this is it, guys. So we are now in the ruins of what used to be Castlevania from the first game. So now we are returning to the castle. It's nothing but ruins now. And now we are going to bring Dracula back to life in this castle and then kill him again. It's also going to be one of the easiest boss fights in this series. In the Castlevania series. This is like one of those moments in games where you basically have to reflect on everything that happened. Also, I bet I'm probably going to get the bad ending of this game. Probably. Alright, this is it. Simon, let's bring him back. Just so we can kill him again. And now... Blair, I am Dracula. What are you doing, Simon? You laid a curse on me. Now I'm gonna kill you a second time. I put you back together and now I'm gonna kill you again. No! Blair! Victory pose right there. I got the normal ending. I can't believe it. Although the confrontation between Simon and Dracula has concluded. Simon couldn't survive his fatal wounds. Oh, I guess me getting hit then is canon. Transylvania's only hope is a young man who will triumph over evil and rid the city of Dracula's deadly curse. They're talking about Richter. The music at the end of this game is my favorite. It's so catchy. And that was Castlevania 2, everybody. So, what you guys need to know is that there are multiple endings for Castlevania. For Castlevania 2, there are multiple endings. One ending is that, one ending is in black and white, and everything is good. The normal ending is what you saw, where Simon dies, and they talk about Richter. Well, that's what they're at least implying, because, you know, Richter Belmont is like the next ascendant in the next game, as far as I'm aware. Like, I know there's another game that takes place in between, but Richter is the one that will automatically come to everybody's mind. I gotta say that Castlevania 2 is also the best ending of the game. Is basically the sky is red,
and Dracula rises from the grave. So yeah, the best ending of the game is also the worst ending. So they kind of swap the endings all around. Castlevania 2, guys. I gotta say, it's not my favorite when it comes to Castlevania games. But it is a good game. That's all I can say. It's a good game. It's not really a bad game. It's just a confusing game. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to hate it. But once you do start learning what to do, you can kind of like it. Not by much, but just a little bit. I definitely, when it comes to the main trilogy, I kind of favor the first one, because that one's like fair challenge. My favorite one, I revisited the fourth game, and I love that. I think I like that one I like that one more than Castlevania 1, because it's a bit easier, and I don't have to use save states for that one. And I also and Symphony of the Night is my favorite one. So, yeah, Castlevania 2, good game, and that is all for Hallow-Vania, everybody. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment, share with your friends, check us out on Twitter, and most importantly, subscribe. My name is Ryan, and we will see you again for next year's Hallow-Vania with Castlevania 3. Peace!